And when we talk about accessibility and we talk about openers and things like that in the parking lots, the design guides are geared towards everything that someone needs to do to be able to navigate independently. So if I'm in a wheelchair, it's designed that I can drive up in my vehicle, release my wheelchair from the locks, because I've got hand controls, for example, roll back, get into my side lift, van lift, get out of my van, and then navigate into the building all by myself. I don't have to have or I don't need to have a helper. I don't need to have an usher or something like that. Because I hear that a lot. It's like, oh, well, we always have ushers on Sunday. Yeah, but business doesn't always occur on Sunday, and every event doesn't always happen on Sunday. And a lot of times if an usher is engaged or an usher doesn't show up or something like that, your whole plan to be accessible is now no longer valid. So as we look at these design guides, we look at these, it's about someone being able to navigate independently. And if you want to know if your area is, independent for the primary case that we think of, grab the wheelchair that's likely in your building. Probably less than 1% of the churches I've evaluated over the last 7 years do not have a wheelchair somewhere, which is great. So grab the wheelchair, open it up, sit down in it, and try to navigate from the accessible spot, if you have one in your parking lot, into your building without help. Can you get there? Can you go to a common gathering area? Can you go to the worship center or sanctuary? Can you go to a Sunday school classroom or a small group meeting room without help? Can you get there? And if you can't, can you go to the restroom? Open the door, walk in, or roll in. Can you access the restroom and do all the things that you would need to do without assistance? That's one of the easiest ways to determine this. But again, going back to parking lots and parking, I'm not going to read all of that stuff there, but you need to have it. You need to have access. And how many do you have to have? Well, that is here, there on the bottom right of the slide. It tells you if based on your total number of parking spaces, and this is pretty standard, how many accessible parking spaces, car and van, that you have to have. Know that if you only need one, it should be a van accessible parking space. So just know that you're always going to have, if you've got 2 spaces, you're looking at a typical or a car space and a van space, or 2 with a shared access aisle. But if you only have 1 van space, the access aisle is supposed to be on the passenger side. But if you go into those guides, it explains that fully. So you don't have to remember that, and trust me, you don't, and you won't. Over the next couple slides, what I want to do is point out, and I'm going to try to use this handy-dandy little pointer thing, or maybe draw some circles on the slide because it's technology and fun, and point out just some of the common things I see in a lot of these slides. These are from actual facility condition assessments that have been performed over the years. I have just tried to pull random. I opened up about 17 different ones and pulled pictures from each, just to show you just common things that I see. And so it's not a denomination thing, it's not a size of church thing, it's not a location thing. This is just a common thing.